Y'all gonna stop playing like Llorona is not real. Got me side-eyeing little kids playing around. Got me side-eyeing people crying now. I can't take it. Hey everyone, it's Llorona from Pay or Waits, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Curse of La Llorona, which is directed by Michael Chase, who's actually been tapped to direct The Conjuring 3, taking over for James Wan. And so this film stars Linda Cardellini, Raymond Cruz, and Patricia Velasquez. And so essentially the centers around Linda's character, Anna, who is a social worker, and she's investigating a child endangerment case with Patricia, who plays Patricia, and her two sons. And so as she's kind of uncovering what unfolded with this case, she then begins to see that there is a presence that is basically haunting her and her two children, La Llorona, okay? And so that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you guys. So La Llorona is based on a true story, and I'm gonna say a true story because it's true. She real, okay, y'all? We ain't even gonna debate that right now. I've really been going back and forth on if I want to tell you the story of La Llorona so you can kind of get a better context, but then I kind of don't want to spoil it. I want you to kind of, they uncover who La Llorona is during the course of the film, so I don't think I'm going to say it. I don't know if that was a good choice or a bad choice, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with it and just rock with it. So let's get into what I liked about this film. I really think that the direction that Michael Chase gives to this film, he does a very great job as far as how to direct horror. And then really watching this film made me feel much more comfortable with him directing The Conjuring 3. I think that I really love the performance from Patricia Velasquez. She was like, I was like, girl, you had me really feeling like you were going through it. I was just like, she just been through so much, I can't take it. And then there was times when she just pissed me off completely during the movie. I was like, why did you do that? I just, she did a good job because she had me going through all my emotions from beginning to end, okay? Also, too, I love that Linda's character, Anna, I love that she's this single mom, and she's really trying to do what she can do to protect her kids. And I love watching in horror films where women are really empowered to kind of protect. Well, I guess in this film, she was empowered to protect her children, and she really carried her own. And so I really appreciate seeing that in horror, because it's really like most of the time women are like damsel in distress, like, oh my God, I need so much help. What can you do to help me protect me from this evil presence? So I actually enjoyed watching her character have a lot of strength and just have a lot of conviction to do what needs to be done. Raymond. So Raymond's character kind of comes in to help Anna kind of get rid of the spirit. And so he's kind of like this like straightforward guy, like not a lot of emotion, but he was really funny in this film. And once you watch it, you'll kind of see how his dry humor, like how that actually adds to a lot of laughter throughout the course of the film. Now going into, those are pretty much the main things that I liked about this film. Oh, and also too, the kids were less problematic. I always find kids highly problematic in horror films. There's only one moment where I was just like, see, this is why I don't want no kids, because they always be doing crazy stuff to get people messed up. But I like the kids. I love feeling the terror from them as they're kind of noticing that there is a presence amongst them. And it was fun to watch on screen. Now, those are most of the things that I did enjoy about the film, but there are still some things that definitely needed improvement. And mainly I would have to say with the writing of the film. So during the course of the film, we learned about La Llorona in the beginning of the film, but because Anna isn't immersed into the culture and wasn't raised on the story of La Llorona, I felt that towards the end of the film, or the middle going towards the end of the film, there was a lot of explaining that needed to be done to her character. And it was almost to the point where I felt as though if we would have just stuck with Patricia's character and kind of had her carry the entire story and had it center around her, I would have been able to be more terrified, be more afraid, because I could look at Patricia and be like, oh my God, this woman has definitely been through it. And it's one of those things because the La Llorona is something that's kind of been centered around the Latinx community. I feel as though we would have focused more so on those characters, I would have been able to be even more frightened, and it actually would have been a little bit more believable, because I was just like, this is too much explaining that's having to take place, and I just don't know how I necessarily feel about it. It's almost as if you're watching a non-believer be basically terrorized by the spirit, and so half of it they don't believe is happening. So you're just like, I can't even get into this right now. And I think also too with the writing, I think a lot of people will be split on how they feel about this movie. I didn't hate this movie. I didn't think it was trash, but I didn't think it was great either. And I think that was due to the writing. The movie overall just felt kind of like the studio was playing it safe. And I don't know if this was just Michael Chave's test to kind of do The Conjuring 3, but I really would have liked to see more personality with The Curse of La Llorona. I don't know how it stands apart from any of the other films in this Conjuring universe. It's kind of just like, it was a decent film, but I don't know if I would necessarily pay attention to it again. But even with all of those things, I still had a fun time watching La Llorona. I would definitely say see it with the audience. I think that's what really enhanced my viewing experience. And I think for me, what I would say, I would still tell you to pay to see this film. I don't know if I would necessarily say rush to go see this film in theaters, but I think that if you're a fan of the Conjuring universe and you kind of want to see how all of these films align with one another, I still think it's worth going. I don't think that you will leave upset, but I think you will totally understand when I say that most people will be split down the middle and that the studio really played it safe with this film. But that does not mean that I've lost confidence in Michael Chaves as director for The Conjuring 3. I'm still excited to see it. But those are pretty much my overall thoughts of The Curse of La Llorona. As always, my name is Llorona from Pay Your Weights. And if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I will see you soon.